Well, greetings everyone, and welcome to another video. This video brings me down here to Exeter Township, to the little village of Gibraltar, to check out a trail that goes from here to an area where I was at in January with RJ. And I'm talking about the Exeter Scenic River Trail. It goes from Gibraltar Road, which is right over here on my side, all the way down under 422 and meets up with the trail for the Neversink Mountain Preserve. And if you remember in January, when me and RJ were over there exploring that, we were on part of the trail for to look for the dam that was there that generated the electricity for the electric railroad that ran around the mountain. But today I am here for two other reasons. One, to explore this trail, and two, to check out two impounding basins that are here that are called the Seifert number 1 and Seifert number 2 impounding basin, which were the desilting basins that were along the Schuylkill River. So we're gonna walk the trail and go to those basins and see if we can locate the weirs that are there with them. So one of them I did find on Google satellite. In fact, I'll show you here the location of it. So I know where that one is, but I don't know if the land is accessible to the public or not. And that is desilting basin number 1. Desilting basin or impounding basin number 2, I know is public land, but I don't know if there is a weir there. I have some locations marked on my map as to where I think it might be, going off of old aerial images. So time will tell if we find it or not. So this may be a bust altogether. You don't know, but let's get started and head on down the trail. So right here is the parking area, and then this here is the Exeter boat launch, which I believe is a public boat launch area. Although I was down there and it doesn't look like there is really a good area to launch a boat there, maybe a kayak or something like that. But the water is a little low for this time of the year, and don't look like you could really launch a boat from down there. So my apologies for all the road traffic too, because it is a little noisy here because I'm right next to Gibraltar Road. But we're going to get started and start heading down the trail. So you come down from the parking area past the gate here, and this is macadam here. So, but I don't believe it stays macadam. It probably turns into stone, and I don't know how smooth it is. So maybe it's a good thing I didn't decide to bring the scooter, because if I would have to go off trail to look for the weirs, yeah, I don't like leaving my scooter unattended in the woods somewhere, even though I can lock it up real good and everything. So it looks like the reason why they put this trail in here is because this is the sewer line that runs through here for the township, I believe, for Exeter Township. So they had dug this out, put the sewer line in, and also made a walking and biking trail out of the right-of-way for the sewer line. So hopefully that noise you heard there, that high, sort of high-pitched noise or whatever, those are tree frogs, I believe, or frogs of some sort on the other side of the Schuylkill River there. They were singing pretty good when I got up here, and then they stopped. So, but just down here I can see is the wall for the Seifert number 2 desilting impounding basin. So hopefully we'll get down there and the trail's going to follow along the wall, and we'll be able to locate where the weir is. All right, so this looks like it's going to be fairly easy for me, since the wall's right here and the trail goes out through and it's pretty clear and everything. All we got to do is just look for the exit point where the pipe would come through the wall, and we'll just climb up over the the wall there of the basin, and the weir should be on the other side. And just my luck. Was just back there saying that this might be an easy find, just locating the where the water would come out from the weir and everything, because the trail was running so close to the wall. Yeah, it's slowly getting more overgrown and thicker and difficult to see the wall back there. So what I thought was going to be easy, locating the exit of the desilting basin there, where the water would come out from the weir, no. It's turning in to be more difficult than I thought, because this area is all overgrown and getting further away from the wall. And I'm pretty sure when they put the trail in here or dug for the sewer lines here, they pretty much all but destroyed the channel or whatever where the water would come out and go down to the river. So something that I thought was going to be easy is winding up not being easy. So it looks like I'm going to have to fight my way through this brush and mess here and get back there and either follow the wall or find a way to get up over the wall and get down in there and hopefully be able to find the basin, or find the weir rather, inside the basin. And I knew going off the trail and coming in here, it would only be a matter of time before I encountered one of these things. These are the term danger noodle, or not danger noodles, nope rope. So yeah, first garter snake of the season here. Okay, I decided to get out of that mess over there. I found a area where I could get up over the wall and down the other side without having to fight my way through briars and brush and everything, because I ran out of luck. I was coming up on the Trout Run Sports Complex there where they have the ball fields and everything, so I didn't feel like walking through there anymore, dealing with the brush and yeah, a snake and what other snakes I may run into, and they sure as heck wouldn't leave a weir in place when there's baseball fields right up there. So I'll have to check for it on the way back. So this is rather interesting. I looked coming up the path here, getting up to the next desilting basin, but right across the river there, you can see two pillars that are there, almost like something crossed. Well, something obviously did cross over the river here at one time. And there is another one just up on the other side here, on the other side of the little creek that's up there, because that is, I believe, Trout Run, because the baseball fields that are up there are called the Trout Run athletic fields or ball fields, whatever you want to call it, sports complex, whatever. But so I'm not quite sure if something from the Pensy line would have come across here, because that is over on the other side of the river over there a little bit, or if this was for one of the trolley lines that went through the area here, because I know there were trolley lines that came through Birdsboro and, you know, up in Reading and everything here. So I don't know if this was for one of them or not, but we'll walk up the trail here and check out the other bridge abutment that's up there, see if it can give us any more clues. So there is the bridge abutment, and looking at the size of that, that is not big enough for a road, because it is narrow there, as you can see, and that tells me that it was used for a rail line of some sort. Don't know if it would have been the trolley line or a railroad spur that possibly came through here or what, but right down in here, there's another concrete foundation there of some sort, and then right across the river is the other abutments over there, and the only thing they're being used for is to support this cable and telephone line maybe that's going across the river there. So I'll have to check the old aerial images again and see if there's anything in this area. So curiosity was getting the best of me, and I figured since I'm here, I might as well investigate a little bit more. So way up in the distance there, you can see the current railroad, the Norfolk Southern line, which was the Reading Railroad, and the bridge there, I believe, which is for East Neversink Road, or Neversink Road, which has been closed for 20, 30 years or something like that, because nobody wants to fix the underpass there. But whatever line came through here, that is the direction it came from and came down through here. But the grade has since long been gone and removed by man, because if it shows up straight off in there through the brush, you can see where the how the grade would have been going to that bridge abutment. So there would have been a gradual grade coming down here, level, and going up that way. But it is long since been removed, and just walking down here, there you can see just how the terrain changes dramatically from the abutment to that. And there's no clues up on top of it or anything either. So hopefully I can find some old photos and see what this was. So just down from the bridge abutment that's right up there is this little building of some sort. Not quite sure what this would have been used for, but it's just a cinder block building with a door that is pushed shut and held shut by that large rock that's there, so there's no getting in that or anything to see what might have been in there. And there's no clues that are down by the river or anything, so not sure what this would have been used for. So coming down the path, and as I'm walking down the flat stretch, I see a hump in the path here, and I thought, what the heck would a hump be doing right here when this area is so flat? And then I started hearing some rustling in the leaves over to my right, and I was more focused on trying to locate that because I didn't know what it was, and it was close to me, and it stopped. But then I looked, and this is why the hump was here. So that is the exit for the weir, and there is another pipe that's here that goes across and comes out right there, and there is the cement concrete channel to take the water down to the river. So we located the exit point of the weir, but however, I am not fighting my way through that mess up there to try and get over on the other side, because the weir is definitely there, and I know it is, the land is public accessible because there's a tree stand down there. But the noise that I was hearing, and I don't know if it's, yeah, it's here. He's quiet right now, but I'll try and zoom in for you. Probably might be able to see him as soon as I get him in the camera here. There he is, right there. That thing with the long tail, that is a huge snapping turtle that was down here at the creek, or not the creek, but the river. and I'd be willing to bet that is a female that's probably trying to find an area to lay her eggs somewhere in the embankment over there. So we will let Mr. Turtle go there, because yeah, those things can get nasty. So we're going to walk around here, see if I can find a path to get up onto the other side of the basin here and go check out that weir. So coming up the path here from where the exit is there for the weir, where the water would have came out, I see up there that there's a path going off to the right. So maybe that'll get me up inside the desilting basin, that I don't have to climb up this rocky wall here and through this brush here to get up on top there. But the funny thing about these two desilting basins, I work in Reading, and every day when I come home from work I take 422, and there's one part on 422 that I pass by and I look over to the right and I see this area that's like a just barren wasteland and wetlands at some point throughout the year. And I had one of my moments. I'm thinking, gee, I wonder if that's and sure enough, I went home and looked at my maps, and yes, that area that I passed by every day and didn't realize it was one of the desilting basins here. And that's when I decided to check into it a little bit more and decided to come out here and explore it. So came walking up the path over to where that opening is, and hopefully that'll get me up inside the desilting basin there to be able to look for the weir. But I was coming up here and I heard this noise off to my left, and I came over, and right as I got here it had stopped. So this looks like some kind of pump of something that's pumping water into the desilting basin here. So as far as I knew, or know rather, there was no activity supposed to be going on in this basin here. It was supposed to be pretty much abandoned. So, but there was definitely water going through there because it was pressurized, and there was some water coming out of the one joint there, and when I got here it had stopped, and once it stopped I heard air being sucked into the line. So, not quite sure. So maybe when we get up on the other side there through that path, maybe it'll shed some light as to what's going on here. All right, I came up the embankment here and found this stuff up here. So this is some kind of operation in here. I'm not quite sure what, but they are definitely doing something in here, because look at all that coal silt that's over there. And there is a building here with electric lines that they are putting in, and they look like new electric lines. So we are going to walk down in the back here, and hopefully around this corner here this weir should present itself. And looky what I found. Do you see it yet? Right there. There is the weir. So this one looks like it might actually be buried from the looks of it, but won't know until we get closer to it. So walked up to the weir, and here it is, and yes, it is all but buried. There is a ditch in the back of it there, but as far as the weir itself goes, yeah, this looks like it might have been buried by man, because over on the other side over here is looks like some silt that was moved around recently. But only a matter of time before this thing disappears from existence. So I walked up on top here just looking around. Yeah, this has been active recently, because if there was no activity here, this silt shouldn't be moved around and this area shouldn't be as bare as it is. So I'm not quite sure what this area is used for, if they're taking the silt out of here and repurposing it for something else or what. But I don't see anything over there, and right there's where that tree stand is that I saw down on the trail. And then here in front of us is the weir, and then you can see the ditch that's there. And then it looks like in the back there is like a little lake there or something, pond I guess. But yeah, this thing is slowly being buried away. So we will say goodbye to that weir and head back down out of the basin here the way we came, get back on the trail and make our way back towards the parking area and see if we can find the weir for desilting basin number 2. So making my way back to the car, because I'm not going to venture up any further past that path up there to go up towards 422, because all that's going to do is just go up there underneath 422 and bring me out to where the dam was there on the Schuylkill River. So there's nothing up there worthwhile of exploring or anything. Plus, I want to locate the second weir yet today. So I came back to the area here fairly close to the parking area. We're not that far away, but this is where the weir, or not the weir, but the basin turns to the turns there and bears to the left. So standing here, I can see right over here, there looks like there's a path going up the side there. So we're going to climb up the other side and hopefully we can find a weir on the other side of this wall. Say I struck out. So there is no weir here at this impounding basin, or desilting basin, whatever you want to call it, because I came from down in there off the path. There is nothing down there. I seen where it wraps around, and I walked up here, and just up through there was where I was at before when I crossed over the wall looking for it. So there is no weir here at this basin, at the Seifert number 2 impounding basin. Just about back to the parking area, and not a moment too soon because my legs are getting a little tired. All right, since this was a relatively short video with looking for these weirs and walking the trail and everything, so I got the scooter with me. We might as well put it to some use. So what do you say we go and take a ride on the scooter on a trail around here that's fairly short, and I can bang it off my list of trails to ride.